This is the bottle, and I like this model because it's very true to the shape that it represents. It has 14 pieces, 2 large ones, 4 medium ones, 4 smaller ones. Those all go around the main body of the bottle, and then I have 4 pieces that go around the neck of the bottle. I've done half the pieces in green and half in white so that it's easier to see where the pieces are joining each other. So first we're going to start in the center as usual, and I'm going to locate the center slots on each of these pieces, and I'm going to put them together. This is the type of model where one kind of piece is slipping inside the other, so I need to let this piece flex and join those 2 slots on the bottom. The next step is to work on the neck pieces. So I'm going to take a white one, and I have 2 slots on the top here. So for my first one, I'm going to use that middle slot, which is this, because I also have a slot here, so I've got 3 slots. This is the middle one, and I'm just going to slide it up into the enclosed slot on this green piece, like so. And now I need to push this part through on the bottom. So I flex it a bit, push that through. Now it's hitting this little tab here. So I'm just going to fold the tab up so that I can continue to slide it through. And now I'm going to fold the tab down on the other side. Now I have 2 white pieces here on the neck and a green piece with 2 slots on the top. So I'm going to engage both of those white pieces like so. And just like I did before, I'm going to push this piece through as far as I can. You might have to push kind of hard. Fold up my tab, continue pushing it through, and I'm going to unfold my tab and push the other part through the second white piece. That's a neck piece. I'm going to do exactly the same thing again with this next piece. With 2 going up, push this through, fold up the tab, continue to push it through, and then push the rest of that piece through the green. And for my last one, I now have 3 neck pieces that I'm working with, so I'm going to use all 3 slots here. So first I'm going to hook this one on the right side and then line up my 2 slots just like I did before, and push this one through on the bottom, fold up my tab, continue pushing it through, unfold my tab, push it through the other neck piece, and I have this slot left over and a bit of the first white piece that didn't get pushed in anywhere, so I'm just going to push that in there. At this point it gets kind of tight, so you might want to grab each piece like this so that you can pull hard enough to get it through. If these little bits are bent up a bit, it's really not going to show on the model because it'll be covered up by the rest of these pieces that I'm going to put on. So I like to flex the model and fold it both ways to make sure everything's in place and working properly. So now let's work around the middle of the bottle. And I'm going to take a green piece. This one has all of its slots on the top and on the bottom, on the outside edges. So this middle one here is going to go into this slot right here on the white piece. Slide it up. This is very much like the first 2 pieces that I put together. I need to flex this piece so that I can push it through. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side with the same kind of piece, pushing it through. Now I have 3 slots here, 1 on each piece that I've put in on these green ones, and I have 3 slots here that are on the inside of the shape. So this one is going to fit around the outside of these 3 pieces. So first I need to get it lined up on the top. It's a little tricky on this side. There we go. Now they're lined up. So now on the bottom I'm going to pull these through. You want to pull this, flex it just enough to get this slot to come through. If you flex it too hard, you're going to undo the joints that you've already made in the center, and that gets very frustrating. So you want to be very careful not to pull it down at all. Just let the shape of the piece do most of the work for you. So now on the other side, I'm going to put on another white one. This time it's a lot easier to line up the slots because we've already straightened out the pieces on the other side. Again, I'm working on the bottom here, just flexing it enough to get it through there. I'm going to be very careful. Closer look might help. There we go. Now I just have the pieces that go on the outside. Again, I like to flex my model, make sure everything is engaged on the bottom here. So I'll take a green piece and I'm going to take these two top slots, much like I did with the neck, and I'm going to slip those into the center piece here and this one on the left. And I'm ignoring this one on the right for the moment. So I slide these two slots up here, and now I'm going to flex this green piece to work it through on the bottom. So I'm going to flex it quite a bit. Now for the last two slots, I'm going to close my bottle the other direction so that I can bring this white piece kind of around on the side. So now I can reach through here, pull this one down just enough to go in there, and pull it up on the bottom just enough to engage it on the bottom. So I'm going to repeat all the way around with the same procedure. Two slots going up, flex that piece, work it through on the bottom, two slots, close your model so you can bring this one around the outside edge and pull the rest of your little piece through there and on the bottom. And now we have another green piece on the bottom, and flex and bring the white piece around the edge here, flex and flex. Now we just have one piece left to go, and I've got my two top slots here, flex on the bottom, pull it through, close my bottle, bring the last green piece around on the outside edge, and flex it, pull it in on the top, pull it on the bottom, make sure everything works, and that's the bottle.